Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, and we got a special co-host tonight, Mr. Paul Whitaker. Thank you for being here with us, Coach.
Good to be here.
Coach Sam is actually out tonight. He is sick, and so thankfully Coach Paul Whitaker was able to sit in with us tonight to help me kind of guide this episode because I cannot do it by myself. I cannot. I refuse to do it by myself. So, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We've got a jam-packed show for you. We've got 3 Breathitt County Bobcat players, including Austin Sperry, so you're not going to want to miss that. We've got Coach Jeff Honeycutt, who's coming off of a huge All-A 14th Region All-A tournament win that's going to be here to answer some questions for us. Then later on, we've got hot takes that everybody loves. And although Sammy's not here, I'm going to read off his top 10. He sent it to me. We're going to read it off. We're going to talk about it, tell him why he's wrong, and we'll move on. And then after that, everybody's favorite segments, the pick 'em segments, where we go through each game and pick each game, okay? Guys, so let's go ahead and do this recap from the last time that we were here, Coach. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to name all these. I'm going to go through, name the scores, and then after we get through, we'll talk about if there was any surprises. So going down the list, we've got Lawrence County played at Belfry. Belfry took that game 52-49. Jenkins at Hazard. Hazard took it 72-34. Paintsville at Floyd. Floyd took it 71-39. You know, we'll stop real quick. That game shocked me. The Paintsville and Floyd Central game. You know, I was really floored at how, you know, Floyd was able to come out of there with that big of a win against a very good Paintsville team. You, Coach?
We've always said, hard work beats talent.
Most definitely. Moving on, the Belfry and Letcher game got rescheduled, so we don't have a score for you from that. Then we got JBS at Jenkins. JBS took it 45-41 in a close one. Knott County at Betsy Lane. Knott took it 53-46. Phelps at Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg took it 73-52. That's another one that shocked me. That it was that big. It wasn't that it shocked me that Prestonsburg won the game. It shocked me that it was that big of a difference.
I think Phelps. They've been on a roll this year. They got young talent, and they're going to be really good going forward. That was a big game for them. I think it was a real good learning experience for them. Wouldn't be surprised to see them come out the next couple of weeks and win some games that'll shock some people.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Phelps is, Coach McCoy does a great job with the Phelps Hornets. He's had that group for a long time, and the crazy part is they're still young. I think he has like one senior on the whole team.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has a senior.
Yeah, he may not even have a senior. So, Coach, hats off to you for doing what you're doing over there in Phelps. Another Phelps game's on the board, Paintsville at Phelps. Paintsville took this one 84-45. Is another big difference game. Then we had Estill County at Perry. Perry took it 73-57, and then Paintsville at Johnson Central. Johnson took it 63-47. Now that is a closer score than what most people would have expected, right?
That's a rivalry, though.
It's a rivalry.
They're always hard-fought games with them every year.
Yeah, most definitely. So, any other shocks for you, Coach, on that girls' side before we dive into the boys' scores?
My game was pretty shocking to me, but no, not really. I mean, we went over the shocking ones. They some really good ball games in the last couple of weeks.
Most definitely. Okay, moving on to the boys. We've got Breathitt County at Wolfe County. Breathitt took it 83-64, which was, I think, honestly, the first time they played, I think it was like a 3-point ball game. And so we were like, we all took Breathitt because, obviously they have Austin Sperry and Bienemy and everybody that's there. But we thought it'd be close, another close game, and it wasn't. So that was a shocker for me. Then we have Floyd Central at Prestonsburg. This is one that floored everybody. Prestonsburg beat Floyd Central 77-72. I mean, Chase Parsley is doing his thing up there with Keithley and all them, man. And I'm telling you right now, like, that's a scary team going into postseason with this energy that they're bringing to the table. Okay. So moving on, we got Johnson Central at McGoffin County. McGoffin took it 72-32. That was another shocker. Like, McGoffin beating Johnson by 50. Beat them by 50. Like, I know Aiden Barnett's the real deal, but this just solidified that he may be, not saying he is the best, but he may be one of the best in the region. Like, he literally top 2 to 3 player with the way that his team and he's playing right now. Moving on, we've got Pike Central at Paintsville. Pike took it 66-57. Jenkins at Hazard. Hazard took it 71-46. Perry County at Letcher County. Perry took it in a close one, 63-60. Floyd County at Lawrence County. Lawrence took it 80-75. Belfry at Pikeville. Pikeville took it 77-35. And Paintsville at Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg took that one in a close one, 65-64. Guys, when we come back, we're going to have the Breathitt County Bobcats players here and Coach Jeff Honeycutt. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll be back with you in just a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento, only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville, or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy.
Guys, welcome back. Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings. Special co-host, Paul Whitaker. And guys, we have the Austin Sperry in the building. Austin, man, I appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you for having me.
Okay, so I'm going to dive into this, okay? You know, going back to last year, you guys made a huge run to, talk a little bit about the challenges you guys had to face because, obviously BB died throughout the year and then you had a coaching change. So how much things have changed for you and your teammates for this season as well?
Well, coming in last year, we had BB and he stepped in and everything was going good and we was really happy to have him and was playing good ball and everything. And then unfortunately he passed away. And then after that we went through a couple coaches. Then Coach Moore finally decided he was going to go ahead and coach us. And I think that was the best thing for us because he really stepped in and just gave us he just made us play really hard and kind of brought us all together as a team. And we was able to just play hard ball, and he's really hard-nosed and coaches. So I think that was the biggest thing for us. And coming into the region, we did that, and I think that was really what helped us.
Now, how much? Now, talking about last year, how much has your game individually changed from last year to this year?
Well, it's kind of two different roles because last year I just kind of needed to bring the ball up the court, feed it to the bigs, and then if I needed to score a little bit, I could hit the shooters. But this year I kind of got to rebound more, play a little more defense and stuff, and so it's a little bit different. But I'd say overall it's just the same thing, just a little bit more maybe.
Just a little bit more, okay. Now, before we get past last year, I will say this. Austin Sperry's mom, I got to say I love you because, I made a prediction last year that Knott County would upset these guys, and I instantly regretted it after they won because I get a call from, Winston Lee, Coach Winston Lee used to be it. He calls me and was like, have you seen TikTok? I was like, no, I haven't. Well, he's over here. Let me see the ticket. Here I am. Dropped it. I'm telling you that the thing I probably went viral. Okay, but I remember. I'll tell you a funny story real quick before my next question. Hoskins, yeah. So I'm at the state tournament last year.
Yeah.
And it was right after when that video was going around, and I walk into Lex Live, and there you guys are.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing you, but I seen Hoskins, and he stands up, and is like, "Hey, you're the guy." And I was like, "Oh my God, no!" So I just turned and I walked I don't even speak to him. I just walked the opposite direction. Austin, you play a lot of AAU ball,
right?
Yeah. How much has that helped you, during your time in playing basketball throughout the years?
I'd say it helps me a bunch because, obviously you're playing a lot of ball, and there's a lot of great players too around wherever you're playing at, and I think that helps a bunch. And a lot of people are really athletic there, so you get to play against a lot of athletes and are really good ball players. So I say it helps a bunch just coming into high school ball and then being able to play that. It helps a bunch.
Has that, we know that you have a lot of offers, college offers on the table, and you're just a junior this year.
Yeah.
Naming just a few of the offers, you got Iowa State, Memphis, Austin Peay, Belmont, and there's plenty of more.
Yeah.
Could you speak on what it's been like to be able to go through this process throughout the years, and are you leaning towards any college at this point?
I'm not leaning towards anyone right now, but I'd say, my freshman year, I never thought I'd play college ball. I just kind of longed for the ride and stuff, and then I started playing EYBL, got a few interests and stuff, and I was really excited, and it was awesome being able to visit a lot of places, and it was just a really good atmosphere, and that really it really is really cool, being able to travel and go to colleges and talk to coaches. It's a blessing, really. So I say it's just a great experience overall, and I'm really thankful for it.
Most definitely. Coach, you got a couple questions for you?
I do. I'm going to put you in a little bit of a scenario here. So imagine you wake up, it's game day.
Yeah.
Walk us through your day and what it looks like for you pregame, getting ready.
Well, I wake up and go to school, and I got 4 classes, so I get those done. Then I usually sit in the office and watch film, or I go home and watch film a little bit on the team that we're playing. And then about 6 o'clock, I go over. There's usually a JV game with girls. I'll watch that. And then I head in, turn on a little music, and stretch out, and then get everybody going, and we head out and play.
Anything particular you listen to get you going?
A little Zach Brown sometimes.
I like Zach Brown too. We can get down with that. Out of your years in playing basketball, what player would you say was the toughest that you had to defend? Cameron
Boozer.
Why is that? What made him?
He's about 6'11". His dad played in the NBA. He's #1 ranked guy I've ever. He's ranked. Carlos Boozer's son. So he's tough, man. He's really good.
With the way that you play, what player would you say that you most resemble?
That's a hard one. I don't know. A lot of people say I play like Austin Reeves. They've said that for the Lakers a couple times. I'd say maybe him.
Is that your favorite NBA team?
No. I like the Timberwolves.
Like the
my favorite team.
All right.
Guys, normally we only give the players one segment, but Austin's teammates couldn't make it with him tonight, so we're actually going to keep Austin for a second segment. When we come back, he'll be right here with us.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento, only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Virgie, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the bourbon pecan coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout Eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
Welcome back. We're here at Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, special co-host, Paul Whitaker, and obviously the one and only highlight reel, Austin Sperry in the building, man. Listen, I'm a huge fan, dude. I am a huge fan of you. You know, has there been any other, talk about your favorite teammate that you've had throughout AAU?
I'd say throughout AAU, probably either my buddy Jaden Jones or Jasper Johnson. Those two are pretty cool guys. I know Jasper because he used to go to Woodford, so he's a pretty cool guy. And then Jaden, he's from Nashville. So just two guys that you kind of just play with and, you know, have a feel for the game. I'd say that's the best part about them. And, you know, they're obviously pretty cool, just people in general. So
now, whenever you go to these big, you play on a EYBL team, and so whenever you go to these events, when you first started on, in that circuit, was you kind of starstruck a little bit with all the talent, NBA players that show up at those tournaments?
It was for sure different from just regular AU. I mean, just the talent level is a lot bigger and crazier. And first time ever we was at a tournament, I saw Carmelo Anthony, and I was like, oh my God, it's Carmelo Anthony. And then but this year I saw him and it was just regular kind of, because I mean you've seen him so much and it was just whatever. But and then you have Thad, he's our not coach, but he's our sponsor, I guess, for the team. And I saw him and I was just like, what is going on? I mean, it was just unreal. And then you see a guy like LeBron James, and you're just he's real. He's a real person, and you just look around and it's wild to see that. But kind of now you just kind of get used to it, so it's it's a little different now.
Was Carlos Boozer at the game when you played?
He was, he was. It was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we've got Sam, who's usually our co-host, has commented a question here and said, ask Austin who his favorite teammate was. Tell him how your favorite. We already asked you about your teammates, but tell us how they pushed you to be better.
Well,
some of your teammates.
Jasper, he's the #1 ranked guy in the. Are you talking about in the EYBL or?
EYBL.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's the #1 point guard in America, so he's really good. And having to defend somebody like that, it's pretty crazy having to try to guard somebody like that. And just him pushing you like that, I mean, having him on your back, just trying to make you better is a really great feeling, and you got to be thankful for that.
Going back, now we've talked a little bit about AAU. Going to your team this year, what's it going to take from you guys? Talk a little bit about what it's going to take for you guys to make that postseason push and get back to Rupp this year.
Okay. I would say just playing together and playing defense and just sticking to what Coach Honeycutt says. I mean, that's really all you can ask for. And I think if we just stick to the script and do what he says and play hard, I think that we can make the push and we can play again at Rupp. So we'll see how it goes.
Now, speaking of Coach Honeycutt, you know, looking back at your years in high school, you've been through a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
You know, you had John Noble, then you had BB, and God rest his soul, and then you had Kyle Moore, and now you've got Jeff Honeycutt. Talk about what Coach Honeycutt brings to the table, him and his staff, for you guys.
Honeycutt brings a lot of good things. He brings intensity and he makes us practice hard just about every day. And me personally, I like to play fast pace, and he brought that with him. So I think that's really one big thing that I like a lot. And he really focuses on defense, and he understands other teams, and we can't just schedule or practice about one team. We gotta. Or sorry, I kind of messed it up. But he practices for the team that we're playing, and he focuses on that person or that team at that time. So we switch things up sometimes, and he's not just one-dimensional. He's he can do it, or he can coach different. Sorry.
You got one for? Oh, you're fine.
I do. I actually have a couple for you. One, going back to AAU a little bit. What are some of the bigger cities or places that those opportunities opened up for you to travel to that were kind of memorable for you?
I would say the biggest one would be Phoenix. We went there, and we got to see the Grand Canyon, which was really cool. Me and my family did, and we got to travel. We stayed in like a little Airbnb, and it was really neat. And just seeing that west side was really neat, just like the land and the Grand Canyon was really cool. It was a great experience.
The air's different out there,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it
I
is.
used to live in Colorado,
Yeah.
so I know exactly what you're talking about there.
Right.
During the off season, or would you say that you even have an off season from basketball? How much time do you think you still put in the gym during, when there's no organized going on?
Well, we always play pickup ball and stuff, but I'd say I've put in a pretty decent amount of hours just, during the summer whenever I'm resting. I always try to get shots up and just go play with my friends and stuff like that. So there's really never like an off season, I'd say, but there's always a little time to rest.
So I guess sometime between your sophomore year and junior year, or after your freshman year, is when you really started to take it serious that you could play college ball.
Yeah.
When that transition happened for you, did your training schedule change?
Yeah, it did for sure. I kind of focused on basketball a lot more because it was something I figured out I'd be able to do. So I'd go in and I'd really take practice harder and really try to understand basketball more and just watch a lot more film and get a lot more shots up because I feel like I needed to do it to be better and be able to play in college. So that's one thing I took differently.
Now that's a couple times I've heard you say I watch film or watch film. What importance do you place on that as a player of your stature, watching film on your opponents?
Watching film on your opponents, I mean, you can see what plays they run or what they do best and what they do worst and what can hurt them. But watching film on yourself really helps a bunch too, and seeing the mistakes you made or the pass you could have made or what other you could have done that was better. I'd say that's the biggest part of watching film. I think it really does help a bunch.
Mr. Sperry, I thank you very much, Coach.
I got two more for you, Austin, before you go. Now, looking back, what was the indicator? Like, I know you said college interest, but had you always just loved basketball, or was it something when was that? Take us through that moment real quick.
Well, growing up, my uncle and everybody, we used to just play ball, and that was just something that we used to do. All my friends, everybody that was around used to just play basketball, and I guess growing up, that was basically what we did, and I really did fall in love with it. It was just something you could do all the time, really. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess since I was young, I just loved playing it. Just really was fun to me, I guess.
Now, obviously, it's hard. It sounds crazy to think about this, I'm sure, being you, but there's a lot of kids that, not just Breathitt County kids, but kids in this area that look up to you. And hey, I want to play like him one day.
Yeah.
What advice would you give those kids, and to help them get to where you are?
I'll just say keep working and just go hard every day, really. And if you want to do something, you can do it. And don't think you can't just because someone said you can.
Most definitely. Well, Austin, man, listen, we greatly appreciate you being here. You are a stud, and you keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
We're going to be excited to see how far you guys make it this year.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Guys, when we come back, we'll have Austin's coach, Jeff Honeycutt, here with us. You won't want to miss this.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the bourbon pecan coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better. Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
Guys, welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, special co-host, Paul Whitaker, and then special guest, Coach Jeff Honeycutt. Coach, I appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's it's been a while since I've been in the gym. It looks great, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Great improvements, it's funny coming up here not having a ball game being prepared for, and I'm glad I don't have to look at Whitney on the other side of the gym either. So.
Yeah, well, I will say this, Coach Winston Lee. That's kind of a hint. Get the Breathitt County Bobcats on the schedule next year, right?
That'd be fine. It's a good trip. I know we always like coming over playing. I know I've known Whitney forever, and it's a great environment here too. Fans are great, and they let you know who they're for.
Most definitely. Well, Coach, I'm going to go ahead and dive on into this, right? You spent the majority of your career in Knott County, right? So you coached the boys and girls at Cordia, and then you took over Knott Central girls, and you assisted the boys last season. Talk a little bit about what went into the decision for you to move to Breathitt County this year.
Well, it was another opportunity. I coached girls, like you said, there at Knott Central, and had a great time. Everybody was super, girls, administration, everybody. And then last year I helped Coach Huff. He, great young coach, and I felt like I would be able to do the assistant part, but I had another opportunity and to be a head coach again. And I'm getting up in years a little bit, and I wanted that. And and I actually done my student teaching at Breathitt, so I knew quite a few people there, and I was lucky enough to get the job, and just another opportunity to coach. Knott County was good to me, been good to me. They were terrific. Administration's good to me. Staff. I worked at the elementary as a principal there at Emmeline Elementary. Great staff, great kids. Been there 13 years, and can't say enough. And it was a tough decision, but looking back on it, I'd make the same decision again.
That's awesome.
We all know how important it is to surround yourself with good people, good staff. And this being your first year on as head coach at Breathitt, explain to us about the staff that you have, the expectations, goals you've set for them, and how that's been working out for you so far this season.
Well, I got lucky in having two guys that was on the staff last year. Andrew Sewell, who's a graduate of Breathitt and was a heck of a player. He's player of the year. I can't remember what year. And then Wes Noble also played at Breathitt. Great addition. They were there last year, and they've been instrumental in helping me get acclimated to the job. And then we added Cameron Turner and Chris Stamper. Also Roy Conley, he's with us as well. He was there last year, so it's just been a perfect fit for me. Those guys, they do everything from do the laundry to watch tape, watch film. Wes and Cameron and Chris break down tape, come in, and kind of like in the coach's office, we'll write down what we want to accomplish and how we think we can get to that point, and then we have input, and then we go out and hopefully put the game plan in place to win some games. But they've been all of those guys have been instrumental in the transition for me into that, and it's been really smooth. They take care of monitoring grades as well, grade checks, and making sure people's in class and where they need to be. But they've been really a tremendous help in my transition there.
That's really good to hear, and then that we know that all transfers over to the benefit of the kids, and that's great to hear that you have that going on.
Assistant coaches is usually the go-between. I'm the, I get, for poor choice of words, the bad guy a lot of times, and then they try to buffer and make sure that they understand what's going on and what needs to happen for us to be successful.
So let's talk a little bit about senior Isaac Bellamy. Averaging 16 points a game this season, very impressive numbers. Speak a little bit on his game and what kind of impact and leadership that he brings to your team.
Well, he's the instant offense. He can score at all three levels. He usually guards the best player on the other team. He's a high-intensity guy, and he don't lack confidence by no means. He goes at it. They call him the microwave, and that's a good fit for him because he heats up in quick, and he's had a real good senior year. He was the sixth man last year, so he got a lot of valuable experience, in their regional tournament run and their district championship run, and we all knew he could play like he has, and he's had a good senior year. He's a little under the weather right now. Hopefully he'll get back in time for us to play Thursday in All A, but he's having a real good year, and provides a lot of leadership for us.
Sounds like he really stepped up out of that six-man spot then.
He did. He has. He's come a long way.
Coach, Sam, Breathitt County's actually sitting at 11-4 right now. And while Coach Honeycutt's here, we want to know, why is Breathitt not number one? They beat Hazard. I just want you to know that, Sam. I know you're watching. They did beat Hazard. But I say that because he has Hazard at 1, but you guys will get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But, Coach, you're sitting at 11-4. You've had some very impressive wins, but also some tough losses. Talk about how this season's going and how you guys plan to start preparing for postseason.
Well, I inherited the schedule that we've had, and it was a tough one. You know, we opened up with Wolf, and you know, they're a big district rival, and then we've played several good teams from over in the 15th and Lawrence and Paintsville, and then we traveled and played McLean County, who was one of the, I think they was third in their region, and also, you know, I can't think of the other team we played down there, but they, you know, good competition early. You know, we've played Hazard. You know, it's just been and believe it or not, that's been the easiest part of the schedule, because the rough part's getting to come up, because we've got Hazard again. We go to Betsy Lane Tuesday night, Danville Christian on Thursday. You know, we played Prairie earlier, but schedule like that will get you ready for tournament time, and you know, it's one of those things, trial by fire. You know, get in there and do your best, and hopefully show improvement. And you know, one of my sayings is, you know, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You know, and you know, it's funny about the rankings and stuff, and you get online and you watch and see, and everybody wants to be number one. And it is fantastic, and we love the coverage you'll get from all the media outlets and stuff. But until about March, what is it, 16th or 20th, that's the only number one that matters. Whoever's number one then is what really matters, and that's what our goal is to be. And you know, you got several teams in this region that has that same goal too, so it's going to make for a great regional tournament.
Most definitely.
Now, you just hinted on Hazard a little bit. You got them coming up again soon.
Yeah.
Just got done with the 1A sectional game, won in overtime. Could you tell us a little bit about what you went through, you know, between the fourth quarter into overtime, making adjustments for that?
Well, I'm glad that Seth got tired and he didn't make a few shots there toward the end. And you know, Seth Cottle's a heck of a player, and he hit us for 30. And but some of the adjustments, you know, we kindly, you know, we want to score. You know, 75. We figure if we could get to 75 points, that we'll have opportunity to win. We like to get up and down the floor, and I know, you know, looking back at Hazard scores, you know, they can score a lot, but they, you know, they're very patient. So we kind of got them up tempo, and you know, made a few buckets down the stretch and got some big rebounds. Braxton, Terry, Cannon, Groves extended the plays for us. Total team effort. You know, Isaac done a real good job on him down the stretch, and Jackson Hamilton hit 4 or 5 threes that really stretched the game toward the end, and it was just a heck of a ball game. You know, and we were very fortunate to come out on top.
Now, Coach, I'm going to look back at your history, and I got 2 parts to this question right here. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but in your early years of coaching at Cordia, you coached their boys' team and girls' team in the same season. Correct?
Yeah, for 2 years.
For 2 years.
For 2 years.
So, my first part of this question, how did that work?
Well, my wife Kelly, who has sacrificed a lot for me. You know, she's a coach's wife, and you know how that is. She sacrificed, and me and her went from gym to gym, and practice would start at 3, and I wouldn't get out of the gym until about 7. And you know, they were very patient with me and give me opportunity. Cordy did. We had some good teams those 2 years. The Cordia girls went to the semifinals of the regional tournament.
Wow.
It was either I believe the first year. So we had a good little run in the All-A, and but looking back on it now, it was some great memories.
Now talking about, you know, boys, and what's the difference? Talk a little about the difference in coaching girls compared to coaching boys.
It's not as much as what you think, because the girls' game has evolved so much.
Yeah.
Biggest difference is girls are shooting layups instead of dunks. Boys are dunking it. The game's got into it's either a layup or a three-pointer nowadays. The mid-range game has kind of fell by the wayside. Also, the physicality is a little more prevalent in the boys' game. And I guess another big change another big difference is, you have to pump girls up and keep them fired up about they lose their confidence, and boys don't. They never lose their confidence. They think so that's another thing you got to kind of ring them in a little bit. But overall, it's not that big a difference now because, like I said at the beginning, the girls' game's involved. If you go out and watch two good girls teams play, you'll watch a half a game.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that. Well, guys, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got more questions for Coach Honeycutt. You won't want to miss it. We're back in just a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the bourbon pecan coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better. Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, a special co-host, Paul Whitaker, and special guest, Coach Jeff Honeycutt. Coach, once again, appreciate you being here with us today. Coach, you got a question for him?
Yeah, Coach, a minute ago you were talking about your game coming up Thursday against Danville Christian. So you're going to be playing them in the All-A, first-round state?
Yeah, first-round state.
Tell us a little bit about what it meant to you guys to win the 14th Region All-A and how you plan to approach this tough Danville Christian team coming up.
Well, it was a great we had a great run. It was the gauntlet. You had to win. We had to win 4 to win the whole thing. Opened up with Wolfe County at Wolfe in the first round, and was fortunate to win that. Come back and played another District 4 at Breathitt in Jackson City, and we shot the lights out and played really good there. And then we played Hazard in the semifinals back at Wolfe County, and it was a game for the ages. A game of runs, and I guess we made the last run when it counted the most, and sent it to overtime, and then we got ahead and held on to beat Hazard 73-70. And then we come out and played Owsley in the finals, and I thought we couldn't shoot the ball no better than we did against Jackson, but I think we hit 16 or 17 threes against Owsley. And anytime you do that, it's a fun game to watch, and we played really well. But we feel blessed that we won the All-A. It was the first time, or the second time in school history that Breathitt's won the IOA. First time as a boys coach for me, and it felt really good. And we were hoping to go down and play Danville and represent the 14th region here on Thursday. They're a really good team. I think they're ranked 23rd or 24th in the state. Got a 6'10" guy in the middle, a couple 6'3", 6'4" wings. So it's going to be a monumental task for us.
I think we're all looking forward to seeing how that game comes out.
Well, Coach, let's for a second, let's talk about Mr. Highlight Reel himself, Austin Sperry, for a minute. You know, he was just here with us talking. Austin's averaging 23 points a game, 7 rebounds. Talk a little bit about what it's like to be able to coach a player like Austin and speak on his work ethic and how much he means to this team.
Well, it's anytime you coach a special player, you know, and he's one that is going to play at the next level depending on where he decides to go. It's been a joy to coach him, and you know, like you said, the human highlight reel. Just when you think you've seen everything, he'll come up with something. Like against Owsley, he went baseline, and I thought he was going to dunk it, but he done a 360 and finished on the other side of the ring. And you know, it's he you know, and he's not only a leaper, you know, or a highlight. He's a walking triple-double. You know, he's also averaging 7 assists a game. And, you know, that's the biggest part of his game that I feel like that's started to come around this year. He makes everybody around him so much better. And if he continues to do that, you know, it's just, you know, a special thing to watch. And he makes his teammates better. You know, he works on his game every day, and you know, it's something that you know, he likes it. He plays all summer long, and if you can't find him, I'd say he's in the gym somewhere.
Most definitely. Now earlier you'd mentioned when it mattered the most was in March. Take us through, the ultimate goal is to win district, then go on to win region and get to rep. Take us through, like, what, in your experiences, what do you think it's going to take for this team to get there and get ready for that type of run this offseason?
Well, we got to continue to improve defensively. You know, that is definitely one of our weaknesses, and we've got to do that. We got to continue. We feel like if we can out-rebound teams, that gives you more chances to get buckets, and you know, we've got an upper average. We're averaging right around 30, somewhere around 33, 34 a game. We need to get that up a little bit higher too. And then our free throws. It wasn't Achilles heel in the tournament in the All-A, but it has been. You know, we lost a couple games over at Prestonsburg, and we shot less than 50% from the free throw line in a couple possession game. That, you know, the little things. You know, we got to get better at the little things, and because come tournament time, it's the little things that win the big ball games, and we just got to continue to improve that way, and play together on defense and offense, and you know, that's one of the things that we want to do. You know, we had 3 goals at the beginning of the year. We've achieved one of those, and we got 2 more that we want to take care of. And we did add a 4th. You know, we want to win a game when we do get to the state tournament, so we'd like to win Thursday.
I really hope that some of my players are watching tonight's show, because the little things, the basic things, I preach it all the time, especially free throws. Jackson Hamilton, Cannon Gross, Aaron Stallard, and Joseph Honeycutt. These are some of the names we've yet to mention this evening. Speak on these players a little bit and the improvements that you've seen them make over the course of this season.
Just since I've been there, Cannon Gross has probably improved more than anybody. He's 6'6". You know, he's really worked on his body since last year. As far as I think he weighed over 300 pounds, and he got serious. And that was before I ever got there. He got serious about wanting to play. He's dropped about 100 and right at 100 pounds, a little over 100. And he's just, he's a hard worker. Plays extremely hard. It's very rare you find a big man, but he'll dive on the floor to get a loose ball, whatever it takes. He had a huge rebound and put back in the hazard game to help us secure that victory. Can't say enough about him. Hopefully he'll continue to improve. Offensively around the goal, he can finish with his right or left hand. He's a big left-hander. Makes you think of Sam Perkins for the guys that's a little bit older. Aaron Stallard comes off the bench. He's Mr. Energy. He can knock down a three. He's tough. He's a little guy, but he plays really big. He's helped us a lot coming off the bench. Who was the other one? Braxton Terry. They call him Beefy for a reason. He's kindly the enforcer. He's a double man, and he played really big down the stretch in several of our games this year. We'll miss a shot, and he extends the play for us. One of the strongest players that I've ever seen, and he plays defensive end and kicks on the football team, tight end. He's got great hands. If it's anywhere around him, he's going to get it. I can't say enough about him. He's been hampered. That's probably one of the reasons, that we got a loss against Muhlenberg County. I finally remembered it. He went down early with a bad ankle sprain. He's just now getting back to. He's about 85-90%. And then Joseph Honeycutt, my son, he's coming along pretty good. He's a real good shooter. He's got improved defensively, and like they all do. But he comes off and he does a little bit of everything. He can play inside and out, and he's played well off the bench for us in the hazard game, and then in the Perry game, give us good minutes. And then Peyton Collins is another kid that's he's a freshman, and he's played some good minutes for us too off the bench. He's a guard, unlimited range, that can handle it. Those guys is working extremely hard, and hopefully it'll pay off.
It's good to hear you mention that too, a freshman's name getting good minutes, because that shows you're on the up and up for your program for years to come.
Yeah, they're definitely. We hope to get some more kids out next year. I was hired a little bit late, and it's hard, to get your foot in the door. But our middle school teams played well this year. Our 5th and 6th grade bunch, I've watched them, and they got a real bright future as well. Some of those kids, and like I said, we go from gym to gym, me and my family, and it's one of those deals. We're basketball junkies.
I hear that. So I know we've already heard you mention March, but we have to ask, what do you consider to be a successful season for you all this year?
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say a trip to Rupp. And two, in doing that, not everybody's going to get there. But if, I told the guys the other day when we was getting ready to go out and play hazard, don't go out here and when the game's over, come back in this locker room and say, what if I'd have done this or what if I'd have done that. When the going gets tough, just play a little bit harder, stick together through thick and thin. And, at the end of the day, if you go into a game and you've done the best you can do, and you come out maybe not the winner, you're still a winner, because that's what it's all about, doing your best. And there'll be times that you'll play as good as you can, and the other team just beat you, and that's the freakiness of March. I've been on the end of it when we've played bad and won, and I come in and I think, how did we win this? And then I've been on the end of it of, man, we couldn't have played no better and we still didn't win. And it's just one of those deals, and it's a lot like life. You can be the best you can be, and it still don't work out the way you want it to. But we don't want to be. That might be our motto since you asked me that toward the end of the season, no more what ifs or maybes. Let's try our best to make sure it happens.
I like
Most
that.
definitely. Coach, I've got one more for you, and then we'll let you go. We know you got a good trip home. There was a rule change that started this year. Used to it was after 6 you had the bonus, then you had the double bonus after 10.5. Well, now it's once you get to 5, it's a double bonus each quarter. How has that rule change affected your team's play this season? Do you like the rule?
I want to think I'm a purist. I like it the way it used to be.
Yeah.
But I can say that it has benefited us. Because when we've not got our greatest free throw shooter on the line, we know we're going to get at least 2. And, that's a plus on that side of it. And it has helped us, win a couple close games because we'd missed the first one, good opportunity to shoot the second and make it. So that's good. But then at the end, it's kind of changed the strategy of it because you can't wait till the last 2 minutes to start fouling. Because if you do, you're giving them 2 shots for sure. So it's and I can understand why they're doing it. Kind of cut the fouling out, but coaches, they're going to foul them there if you shoot 2 or 1 or whatever.
That's true.
So I mean, you got to get the ball back, and it's one of those deals. I don't know if it'll stay long, but we'll play with it and do our best with what's going on with it as it is. So.
Most definitely. Well, Coach, us here at Coach's Corner, we appreciate you being here today, and we appreciate you bringing Austin with you. Guys, when we come back, we'll have hot takes for you. We'll be back in just a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you. Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento. Only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings. Special co-host, Paul Whitaker, and our original co-host, Big E. You know what's funny? I never thought about this, but co-host, his dog is named Coco.
It is.
That's his dog's name. So it suits you.
That's my girl.
It suits you, but that's his girl. Guys, we appreciate you sticking around with us. Man, what a great 2 interviews, right? With
really good.
Mr. Austin Sperry, literally a highlight reel. I don't know if you ever got to see him play, but he's literally a highlight reel.
And Sam missed it.
And, Sam missed it. Sam,
I mean, he
are
probably
you on
watched
here,
it,
Sam?
didn't he?
Sam, give us a comment or something, dude. Like you commented one time. One time. Another thing before we get into hot takes, I got to shout out my guy, Jackson Keene. He's commented and said, "What's up, Ethen? Man, you have to come back over here and get in the gym with me, dude. I miss having you around. And more than that, we're going to have to get you on the show. We're going to have to get Brody to get off the couch and bring you guys down here to be on this show with us, okay? I appreciate you guys, man. I always shouting at him. He's another special player. I don't know if you, before we get into this, I don't know if you guys know, but Jackson King's a special. Now, he had an injury at the start of this year that kind of, I feel like probably held him back a little bit, but he is going to be another Sperry-type player. This kid's the real deal, guys. I've got to work him out. He's been in the gym with us. He's played a couple AAU games with us, and he's legit. Dude. He is legit. He's a correct me if I'm wrong, Jackson, but I think you're a sophomore. I'm thinking he's a sophomore. I may be wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking he was a freshman last year, sophomore this year. But correct me if I'm wrong on that. Well, guys, let's get into this. First off, Coach Whitaker, I'm not going to put this on you, but if Sam was sitting here, we was wrong.
That's fine.
We was wrong. We should have listened. We should have listened to Saban's daughter's comment. She was like, but see what got everybody is Saban's daughter. Come on, Nick Saban has retired. That's what we're talking about. Nick Saban has retired. And his daughter, right before Alabama played Michigan, said after he wins, he'll retire. After he wins the national championship. So that led us to believe that he wanted to win one more before he retired. And so that's why I originally thought that he wasn't going to retire this year.
She was just being a supportive daughter, though. She was saying he was going to win it.
But he felt as if he should retire. So, guys, thoughts on Nick Saban's retirement, and how do you think that Kalen DeBoer, is that his name? DeBoer? Kalen DeBoer from Washington is going to do taking over the helm. With Nick Saban, he's actually going to stay on as a special advisory.
I think with Nick Saban there, he'll do fine. It's going to be rough going at first as people see, how that's going to work. But, Nick Saban's one of the greatest. And people say may have wanted to go out on top or whatever, but, he's going out on top.
Right.
He
100%.
is. It's Nick Saban. And his name, if he's staying on as advisory, I don't think they'll hurt too bad in the recruitment area either.
I like the hire. I'll say that. The hire was good. Nick Saban leaving, that shocked me. I thought he would stay. I didn't think he was done yet. I thought he had more in the tank. But, he's got kids, grandkids. So, he wants to spend time with those people. I feel like kids don't need to leave. This coach right here, he's 102-12 against Power 5 schools. That's a pretty good record to me.
It is.
I will say, I think he's going to do fine, but I think he's gone within 5 years. I think that they fire him because you can't live up to the expectation of a Nick Saban.
It's a standard.
It's a standard that nobody's going to meet that hasn't already been in that system with him. Now, if they could have pulled off Kirby Smart or somebody like that, somebody that has coached under him, that's been in the SEC, because we can sit and say he's beat Power 5 schools, but you're thinking, but it's a whole other ballgame, right? Yeah. He played in the Pac-12
right.
with Washington. Now, Washington was good, but you drop Washington in to the SEC, and they're a mid-level team. They're not, if that. They're probably right there with Kentucky.
Right.
Right. So it is what it is. I think he'll do fine, but I don't think he'll meet expectations. I think within 5 years he's gone.
That's why no one wanted the job, though.
Yeah, nobody really wanted it
because they didn't know if they could handle the expectations. So
yeah,
you got to give it to him for wanting to come in. Taking it on. Right.
Well, and maybe if Nick Saban stays on the staff at some capacity, like you said, maybe it helps him. Maybe,
right. 100% it will.
It's going to be really interesting to see, how he does and how Texas A&M's coach, got Duke's coach.
Right.
Exciting to see how they done.
I don't see a guy like Nick Saban taking too much of a backseat role either.
No,
I mean,
He won't
he'll
be on
have
the
a
field,
big
but,
part
yeah.
of that, though.
But here's the thing, too, you look at, and a lot of these old coaches are going to start retiring from it, is this game, the game of football is shifting to the transfer portal. It is no longer about who has the highest ranking high school
got the most
class.
money.
It's who has the most NIL money, and it's who has the most transfers coming in, because you're getting guys that are – I seen that on here. Some team the other day got a guy that was a ninth-year transfer. Ninth year. Played college football for 9 years.
Well, I seen the thing. I don't know if it's the same guy. It's for Miami.
Yeah, it's from Miami, the tight end.
The tight
Yes,
end.
that's him, yeah.
He
And
got
so,
injured his
like,
first 4.
that's the experience that's in the transfer portal. Like, and you get these guys for 1-2 years. I mean, and it's just going to help your team continue to win, because the more experience, anybody knows you can have a five-star high school recruit or a 3-star transfer. That 3-star transfer is going to have more experience, and more experience is better. Not saying that the 5-star ain't good. He's just not as experienced as the 3-star would be. Moving on, we have another big thing. Bill Belichick is pushed out of New England. First of all, first question is Jared Mayo the right hire for the Patriots? And second part, where will Bill Belichick land?
I don't know either. I've never been a really big Pats fan or Bill Belichick fan. I thought they should have got rid of him when Brady went, to be honest.
Well, just like with Nick Saban, Patriots, it's a standard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to come in, you got to win. That's why they pushed him out, because he wasn't winning. But still, the Patriots is a standard. They're tied with my Steelers, 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So, is he the answer? I don't believe so. I think you bring someone in that's been a former coach, that's won, that knows the standard. But he's young. You know, I think he takes over as the youngest coach, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. For sure.
But he comes in, brings energy. He might do good. I don't think it's the right answer.
Where do you think Bill Belichick will land, you two? Any idea?
I want him to go as the Chargers. I think if he took over the Chargers, that would be, they would be a dominant team. But I think the way everything's looking, Falcons will get him.
Should have been the Cowboys, but
That's true.
kept their
For me, Jerry, I thought that was a fluke hire. I think Mayo don't last there. I think, what is the point in pushing Belichick out if you're just going to hire his linebackers coach?
Right.
He's a transition coach.
I could understand it if you push him out, you bring in somebody like Vrabel, or you bring in somebody like Pete Carroll, or somebody that's going to turn it around. And not saying that he can't turn it around, it's just going to be hard. I mean, you're looking at a guy who was on the staff when it was in the dumpster fire.
Right.
And I get that he played there and he's spent his whole career there. He's always been there, but man, I thought that was a shaky hire for me. And as far as where he will land, I honestly think that he's either going to end up in Atlanta or Washington. I think that's the 2 spots for him. But if I'm leaning towards one, I like Big E said, I'm leaning towards Atlanta. I think Atlanta really wants him. So shifting gears, let's talk a little college basketball real quick. This year Kentucky looks good. They got Big Z back. They got Reed Shepherd. They got DJ Wagner. All those
Reeves.
guys. Reeves. Yeah, they're looking legit, and that's big for me to say because I'm a huge Kentucky hater. But could this be a year that Calipari gets his 2nd national championship?
I think they're at least a Final Four team this year, and it's been a while.
I hate to say this because I'm a Duke fan, but I like this Kentucky team. I think they play fast, they play physical. They move the ball well. Something that Kentucky hasn't done in the recent years. The ball. It's like they click together, and they're so young to come in and have that chemistry together.
Yeah.
So with this team, I could see them making the Final Four, like you say. There's always an upset. They haven't been too good in the playoffs past couple of years, so we got to see how John Calipari does his rotations. And so I give it Final Four. I don't give them a national championship.
They play better team ball.
Now, real quick before I go, Abby still says Roll Tide.
No.
Roll Tide.
No, that's my girlfriend, if anybody's wondering. She's a
that's
Bama
his
fan.
girlfriend. That's the only reason I mentioned
No.
it. Moving, from my opinion, and like I said, here's the thing. I think that Kentucky wins the SEC.
Oh, 100%.
I don't even know I don't think that they make it. I don't think they make it to the Final Four. I think on a high end they can make Elite 8. I think on a low end they get beat out in the Sweet 16. I'll tell you why. Calipari can't coach in the postseason.
Yep.
He can't coach. Like, when you get to March Madness, it is not about who has the best team. It is not about who has the most and I preach this to my team all the time. When you get to a tournament and it's a one-game setting, win or go home. It's not about if you have 5-star, 4-star, 7-footers. It's about heart. You know what I mean? You see 16 seeds, 15 seeds, 13 seeds, community college come into March Madness and make it to the Sweet 16 because they're there with heart, they're there with energy, and they're being well coached. That coach is coaching like it's the last game of his life because for that coach, a coach that's at a small school, means everything. To a coach like Calipari, it don't matter. He's going to make his millions whether he wins or loses because he's got a lifetime contract.
Here's the thing,
it's that want to, it's that dog, really. I mean, everybody says you got to have that dog in you, and when the coach has it in them and the players has it in them, I mean, listen. Hats off to these small teams, and I'm telling you, I give them the lead 8 at least.
One last thing, though, for this team, how much do they really need to be coached? Because, the
coaching plays a factor.
It plays a factor.
Basketball isn't – now, football is a coach's sport. Basketball is a player sport. I agree with that. I've had many conversations. Basketball is a player-driven sport. But when it comes to big games, it comes to tournaments, and it comes to a one-game setting, it's not about the players because the players are seeing what's on the floor. They're not seeing their self on the floor.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so as a coach, you have to guide them in the right direction with the X's and O's and seeing the little, like Coach Whitaker said earlier, seeing the little things that the players can't see.
Right.
You have to be the one to see that and point that out to them because if you're not doing their job, they're going to miss that, and that's whenever you start to lose games.
Okay.
So for me, that's my explanation on that. And no, Sam, I'm not being delusional. That's my honest opinion. Okay, I gave you the Sweet 16. I could have said Brown to 32. Okay, I gave you the Sweet 16. I gave you the SEC championship. What more do you Kentucky fans want? I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Moving on. I gotta always mention Louisville. Louisville picks up a big win a couple weeks ago against Miami. Now, they've took 2 losses since then, but one of those 2 losses was to a North Carolina team who's very high ranked. With Louisville winning that, could this be the turning point for Kenny Payne that he needed? Also, with this question being said, also meaning does he have a chance at March Madness?
You happen to know what the record is right now?
They're 7-10. 7-10 or 7-11, something like that.
Okay. Louisville, I don't see them making a tournament. Now, could it be a turning point where they get above 500 this year, pick up some wins? Yes, but making the tournament, that's the ACC. They're tough in basketball. That's a tough conference.
That's probably one of the toughest basketball conferences.
So, making the tournament, no, but I do see them getting above 500 this year.
Now, you're a big Louisville fan like me. So.
I am. I'm a big-time Louisville basketball fan, and that's not a turning point for him. I think we're still a while off from seeing a Patino Louisville. Yeah. I do. And that's
100%.
We were talking about expectations earlier with Alabama football. My expectations for Louisville basketball is, to be right there on par with UK every year, and just the past couple of years have been terrible. Yeah. It's painful to watch sometimes.
I thank God for a football program.
Which is crazy. That's crazy to say because, it's
I didn't know you was a Louisville fan.
Yeah, I love Louisville basketball. UK football, Louisville basketball.
Listen, well, you may be switching to Louisville football here soon.
No, I can't.
After Coach Brom keeps doing his thing.
I'm not switching from Louisville basketball. If under that, under those guidelines, I would have switched to UK basketball with him.
No, man, here's the thing. Kenny Payne just can't coach. Kenny Payne cannot coach.
I won't say he can't coach.
Louisville cannot. Listen, Kenny Payne cannot coach. At least when Chris Mack was there, we was making the tournament, we was still getting 18 to 22 wins a season. And I didn't think Chris Mack could coach. Well, no, the problem, here was the problem. I rephrased that. Chris Mack could coach. He couldn't recruit. His recruiting classes were awful. Now we're to a point we've got Kenny Payne. Kenny Payne can recruit, but he cannot coach. It's the same thing with Calipari. Calipari can recruit, but he cannot coach.
I'd say Kenny Payne can develop, but he can't put together.
He can't be a head coach. He's a good assistant.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a good extra set of eyes. He's a good big man's coach. He can go out and recruit for you. That he is not a head coach, guys. And I think that he's starting to see that. But the reason Louisville won't fire him, and we've got to see this contract out, is because nobody understands. We're still paying Rick Pitino. We're still paying.
Bring him back.
We're still paying Bobby Petrino. We're still paying Chris Mack. We've got coaches we can't afford anybody else.
This is Louisville's solution right here. Louisville, come get my guy E right here.
That's right.
That's
Come
what
get
you
me.
need right
We're
here.
coming. Me and Coach Whitaker's on our way to Louisville right now. You hire us tomorrow. We'll be there.
I'm walking fast.
Guys, that's our hot takes for today. When we come back, even though Coach Sam is not here, he has sent us in his top 10. I'm going to read them off while these two guys get to critique him while he's in the comments and can't even defend himself. Okay? We'll be back with you in just a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the bourbon pecan coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23, South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, special co-host, Paul Whitaker, and co-host, Big E, here with us, Evan Cummings in the building. Guys, so we don't have the Sammy Top 10 graphics yet. We're still trying to figure that out, but we're hoping by next week we'll have it figured out to where we can pull it up for you guys, so you'll just have to listen for now. I'm going to read them off, and then we'll critique them, guys, okay? We're going to start with the girls' top 10. Sitting at number 10 on the girls' spot is Lawrence County. They're sitting at 10-7. Coach Feltner's doing a great job up there, Coach Sam says. So they're sitting at 10-7. Lawrence County at number 10. Number 9, we've got the Betsy Lane Bobcats sitting at 9-6 under Coach Corey Thacker. Coach Corey Thacker's a great friend of mine. I think he's very deserving of being in this top 10. But Coach Sam says they're having a real good season, and their senior guard play is doing really well. Looking up, we've got number 8, the Shelby Valley Wildcats, which is a new team, Coach Sam says. They're sitting at 10-3. They're coached by Mikey Hall. Looking at number 7, we've got Leslie County, who's sitting at 9-4, coached by Olivia Farmer. Number 6, Breathitt County, sitting at 13-4. Number 5, Phelps, coached by another good friend of ours, Coach Justin McCoy, sitting at 12-5. Looking at number 4, we've got Martin County, who's sitting at 12-5, coached by Robin Newsom. Number 3, Perry County, who's sitting at 11-5. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt. I'm not sorry,
Misty
Coach.
Mack and Lawrence.
Misty Mack and Lawrence. I'm glad he attempted it first because I was not going to. Then we've got number 2, Johnson Central, sitting at 16-1, coached by Jim Hicks, and then number 1, obviously is the Pikeville Panthers, coached by Christy Orem, sitting at 13-2. Guys, thoughts on that list? Would you change anything? We'll start with Coach Whitaker.
I think the list looks great. Every week I raise my eyebrow sometimes at what Sam puts on there. But if I were making this list, if it was Paul's top 10, I still think I'd have Johnson Central in the number 1 spot. I know Pikeville, they're good, they're killing everybody. But Johnson Central, they're the real deal, and they are deep. It doesn't matter if he goes down to his 10th player, his 15th player, he can put any set of 5 girls on the floor and they're ready to go.
I like the list as well. I like Pikeville. I do. But Pikeville's Pikeville. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're always up there. They're always good. Of course, you've played against Johnson, so you know.
I have.
So, but I will say, Pikeville has a point guard, Trinity Rowe. She's a McDonald's All-American.
She's incredible.
Nominee. So, I mean, she's a ball player. She's committed to Southern Miss. So,
Here's my thing with this list, and I'm going to dive deep, and I swear I wish Sam was here. I really wish Sam was here for this comment I'm getting ready to make. Listen, Coach Justin McCoy, you're my great friend. I love you. I think you do a tremendous job. You come with so much energy. But here's my thing. I don't think he's in the top 5. I'll tell you why. Because you're sitting here, you're looking at teams that is in this, and I mean, I would say this about my team right now. We're not a top 10 middle school team. I'm not a top 10 middle school team. I don't know if I'm top 30 middle school team right now, depending on what team you get. I get a different team every time I coach them. I don't know. One minute we're great, next minute we're mediocre, next minute we're just plumb awful. Okay, but looking at it, Pike Central is a team that's not in this list. Prestonsburg is a team that's not in this list. Paintsville is a team that's not in this list. Those are 3 teams that has beat Phelps.
I didn't even think about that. Pike Central should be on
Pike
this
Central
list.
should be in this list.
Yeah.
Paintsville should be in this list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Prestonsburg should be in this list, but there's a strong argument to saying that they should. Coach Kidd knows how to win.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I'm not saying Phelps is not a top 10 team, but what I am saying is they're not a top 5. I don't think they're top 5. And another thing, Pikeville is great. Pikeville is Pikeville. But, man, like you said, we got to watch Johnson play. Johnson should. If it was Ethan's list, Johnson would be 1.
have they played yet, Pikeville and Johnson?
And they don't, unless they meet in the
They
region.
don't.
Nope. From my understanding, they don't. They didn't want to schedule each other.
I can't wait until that region game. I guarantee they'll be playing each other in region.
Yeah. Another thing is you look at a team that is you look at a team like that's Lawrence County, Betsy Lane. Let's talk about Betsy Lane. Look at a team like Betsy Lane. I could see Betsy Lane a little bit higher on this list with as much energy. You've played Betsy Lane. What's your thoughts on that?
I have. I look at the ones that just fell out of it, like Hazard and Betsy Lane. I would put Hazard there before I would put Betsy Lane there.
Yeah.
They work
Hazard's a
hard.
good team.
They work extremely hard, and they find ways to get it done. Today they played Knott County. I think Knott County edged them by a point in the last minute of the ball game. Heck of a ball game.
Yeah.
But I think just the way they play, and they've had a couple things go bad for them this year, but a lot of things go good. I think Hazard maybe edged Betsy Lane out. But Betsy Lane is a very good ball team.
Hazard was another team that shocked me from not being in this top team. Guys, my favorite part about this is right now?
Sam ain't here.
Sam's not here to defend himself. Oh, guys, that right there is the girls' top 10. When we come back, we'll have the boys' top 10 for you right here on Coach's Corner. Stick with us. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be back in just a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Burgee, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones. Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the bourbon pecan coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better. Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Burgee, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins.
Welcome back, Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings. Special co-host, Paul Whitaker, and co-host, Big E here, guys. We have fixed my awesome producer, Sammy Whitaker, in the background. Got to give him a shout-out. We have fixed the graphics for the top 10 on the boys' side. Sorry, girls. We'll have you ready to go next week for the girls, okay? But let's go ahead and read off these Sammy top 10 for everybody. We got a new team in the mix. Coming in at number 10, what's their mascot? Estill County.
I think it's engineers.
Engineers. Estill County Engineers. Blue collar school.
Yep.
Sitting at 10-5, Coach Brian Hall doing his thing up there. I've never actually got to speak to Coach Brian Hall, but it seems like he does a good job up there in Estill County. They're in the region tournament every year. They're like literally that team that everybody's
really?
like. You don't see them, you never talk, nobody ever talks about them, but they're there
tournament
every year.
Estill, you
Estill,
see
yeah, they're there. So, and I'm pretty sure they have a really good band. I think that. Last year I was at the regional tournament. I'm thinking that was the team that had a really good band.
Got you dancing.
Got us dancing and stuff. So yeah, Estill County coming in at number 10, sitting at 10-5. Number 9, Paintsville sitting at 8-7. Coach Landon Sloan doing his thing up there, man. Coach Sloan does a great job. I've never actually sit down and had a conversation with him. But just watching as an outsider, he does a really good job, so I'll speak on that. At number 8, obviously the Martin County Cardinals, sitting at 9-7, coached by one of the best coaches in the mountains, Jason James. He does a tremendous job up there in Martin County. Sammy's got at number 7. He's got the Pike Central Hawks sitting at 8-7, Coach Eric Ratliff. Then at number 6, they've got the Pikeville Panthers sitting at 8-3, coached by Elijah Justice. Number 5. Number 5, you've got Prestonsburg sitting at 12-5, coached by Coach Chase Parsleys. Number 4, Knott County Central sitting at 11-3, coached by Casey Huff. Number 3, Breathitt County at 10-4, coached by Jeff Honeycutt. Number 2, Lawrence County sitting at 13-3, coached by Chandler Thompson. And finally, for the number 1 spot, the Hazard Bulldogs. Woof woof. Coached by Al Holland, sitting at 15-2. The Bulldogs, the big dogs, Seth Cottle and Everso and all them cats down there at Hazard. Coach Al Holland still doing his thing. You know, every year it's a funny joke that I like to joke around about. You know, Coach Al Holland, every year you hear those rumors that he's retired. Like, I've heard it for ever since I started coaching, I've heard that man's retiring. And then one more. I mean, he's just like a legend. You know, he's a legendary coach. So, guys, thoughts on the list? What would you change if it was your top 10? Coach Whitaker, we'll start with you.
You know, I'm basing this off of the interview we just did. You know, we got to look at who you've played, how close you played them, stuff you do, and Coach Honeycutt really has it together. And I think going into the next few weeks that they're going to come out firing. Yeah. He's got the weapons to do some damage. I put Breathitt at number 1. I mean, they just beat Hazard, so.
Yeah.
Me, for this list, what I would do, I would go ahead, I would move Pikeville ahead of Prestonsburg. I'd move Pikeville into the number 5. I like Pikeville a little better than Prestonsburg. They just knocked off one of the better teams in the 15th, Martin County today. I seen that. Like Coach Powell said, I would move Breathitt up. I would drop Hazard down to number 2, put Breathitt in that number 1 spot because they did take that win. Lawrence, I ain't too familiar with Lawrence.
Lawrence is always good. Right. They're always a good team. They're at the top of their district.
Solid number 3. That's what they are.
Solid number 3. That's what I would do. That's the changes I'd make.
You know, me looking at it, listen, Hazard's no joke.
No, they're great.
Hazard is the type of team, it's an Al Holland team. They're going to sit and they're going to chew up the clock. They're going to take their time and they're going to make every possession count. So as we get into tournament play, I think Hazard is a team to be reckoned with. I think the 14th region is just so this is the most it's been most competitive it's been in years. Mm-hmm. You know, usually in the 14th you have that one team that's up there and then everybody else is like competing, but you always know who's going to win. You know, this year it's open. It's on the boys' side especially. So, you know, I'm looking at it as you can't have Hazard at 1 after they lost to Breathitt.
No,
you can't. I mean, you can't. Looking at their record, yeah, you can have. You can have them there, and they should be. They're a top 3 team.
Picks are record based a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
they are.
Yeah.
And I tell Sam that all the time. I'm like, dude, you just go by the record. And he's like, no, they're good. Yeah, they're good teams, but you can't just go by the record, right? I love that he ain't here to defend himself. It's awesome. This is awesome. Yes. Now then, you know, you look at it. So, you know, and. Breath is actually, they're not 10-4, they're 11-4. Yes. Put Breathitt at 1. Austin's mom put on there and said, "Be careful, Ethen. Don't give me something to work with." I don't bet against Breathitt anymore. Watch anything that I do not bet against Breathitt, and you are the sole reason for that. I appreciate you. No, we got so I would put Breathitt at 1. I would think Hazard would be my 2. I still think Hazard's a top 2 team. I think Hazard would be 2.
Just knocked off
Lawrence County would be a solid 3. I think honestly, I like Knott at 4. I think Knott's a good team. I think they've hit some struggles, but I think they're a really good team. Jaden Huff, Hunter Haddix, those guys down there. Drake Sloan running the offense. I think they're a really good team.
Another 14th region team right there.
It's another 14th region team. I don't take Prestonsburg out of the top 5, and I'll tell you why. I think Prestonsburg is the most dangerous team in the region, in the 15th region.
Really?
They're the most dangerous team because everybody's going to overlook them. They're not the most talented team. They're not the biggest team, but what they play with is energy. Their energy, their defense, like they do all the little things. Braxton Keith, Estridge, Connor Napier, those guys, and Coach Chase Parsley coaches with so much energy. I think in the 15th region, they are the sneakiest team. Like who would have thought they'd beat Floyd Central when they did? They beat Floyd. And Floyd, I'm gonna be honest with you, Floyd, I thought they were at the top of the region, right there with Pike Central and all those guys. I think I would leave Prestonsburg there. I think Pike Central's a better team than Pikeville. I know Pikeville beat them. I get that. Talent for talent, roster for roster. I think Pike Central's better. I would have Pike Central above Pikeville. And a team that's not on this list that I think should be on this list is, Perry County.
Yeah.
I think Perry County should be here. I think Perry County should be in this list somewhere. I don't know where exactly. I'm not going to really pinpoint or take anybody out. But I think Perry County should be on this list. But I will say this, and I will back this up with a number 1 pick for Breathitt County being there. It's hard when you have a win over Hazard and you also have the best player in the region. Mm-hmm. It's hard not to put you there.
Right.
It is. And just to be honest, I'm not hyping him up because he's on the show or his mom's commenting on the show. But Austin is he is hands down the best player.
Does everything on the floor.
He does everything. He does assists, steals, defense. It don't matter. I mean, like this, he's not going to go out. He's not a player. He's not going to go out there and try to score 60. He's going to score his 20 and make sure his team wins. And that's why we like Austin Sperry. That's why Austin Sperry is the best player in the region.
And as a team, too, they just beat Hazard. They just beat Hazard in a tournament setting. You're just talking about tournament setting. There's all A. So, Hazard tried to slow them down, and they were able to overcome that in overtime.
I got a question for you real quick. You said Prestonsburg, the sneakiest team in the 15th. Who is the sneakiest team in the 14th?
Well, by sneakiest, you're not saying best, but a team that can sneak in there and pick up wins. Man, oh man.
Because we see Estill moved into his top 10, and that's a 14th region team right there.
Yeah, Estill. Man, I'm going to shock a lot of people. I'm going to say Wolf County.
Wolf County?
I think Wolf County is the sneakiest team. I swear I do. It'd be between them and Letcher. It would be between Wolf and Letcher, and I'll tell you why. Wolf has a kid, Flincham, and we got to see him play. I got to see him play here last year when he was at Jackson City as an 8th grader. You remember the 8th grader that dropped back and had that big
like
night?
40 or something.
Yeah, like 40 on us, sent us to overtime. We barely beat him. Like, this kid was pulling up from half court over here. Like, seriously. No, but they've got that kid, and if you remember, earlier we were talking about it. They played Breathitt close the first time. Now I know Breathitt blew them out this last time, but they played Breathitt close.
It was just a few
the first time. It was just like 3 or 4 points. So I think Wolf could be a sneaky team. And also I say Letcher. And guys, I've got to give a huge shout out to Peyton Dixon, our man here in Coach's Corner. He is a tremendous player. He led the state in rebounding last year, and he had a season-ending injury last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
And so it's took a toll on a lot of people, especially the team. And we hope for a healthy recovery, and we know you're going to keep doing your thing. Congratulate you on a great high school career. Mm-hmm. You're going to go to the next level and do your thing. And we'd love to get you on this show at some point in time to talk as well.
Absolutely.
So, Biggie, you got any you want to add to?
I'd shout out to PD. I mean, I will say this: you're not going to find a harder worker. When Coach Taylor come here, PD, I'm going to say yes, and he knows it. He was chubby. He was bigger.
Yeah.
You know, he put in the work. He's gained muscle. He can dunk. He can do anything. He plays hard. You're not going to find a harder worker. And wherever he decides to go next year, they're going to get a great player.
Get in the gym. Get in the gym. Okay, guys, that right there, that has our top 10. When we come back, our favorite segment, I think this is everybody.
Don't let just anyone
Outside of the interviews, I think they love the pick'ems. So when we come back, we're going to have the top 10 girls games for this up and coming week. And we're also going to talk about our records. So we'll be back with you in just a second. You're not going to want to miss it.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout Eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better. Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, special co-host Paul Whitaker, and co-host, our original co-host, Big E, in the flesh with us. And guys, I have to share something with you before we get into these pick-ems. My baby boy, Daxton Crew Cummings, and my wonderful wife, Michaela Cummings, are at home right here watching this show. They're big supporters of me, and they sacrifice a lot between coaching and I think all the coaches' wives and wives out there know how difficult and how committed you have to be to have a husband who coaches, because it's long hours. And so I just have to say how much I appreciate her and my baby boy at home, always supporting me and being there for me when it matters the most. I love you guys, and thank you so much for that.
That's Uncle's boy, by the way. Don't let it fool you.
Uncle E's boy. And so which I don't think you've met him yet, have you?
Oh, yeah.
You met him here at the gym.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had to do that. Now we're getting in, but once again, thank you. I love you, babe, and I love you, Daxton. Guys, before we get into this, everybody at home knows this is. I'm gonna give you a little insight on this. Is why our favorite segment is because we have a bet going on. So at the end of the year, whoever wins these pickles, we've been keeping up with the record. And whoever wins, one winner gets to smash a pie in the two losers' face at the end of the season. So I mean that's something to keep fighting for, right?
Wait for these records.
Looking at the records, I held the lead for pretty well the whole season until the last couple episodes. So I figured, it's time to give somebody else a chance to take the lead and feel like they can win. We're coming in. Evan Big E has the lead, sitting at 58-33. And then I'm 2 games behind him, sitting at 56-35, and then
Sam, we don't even know where he's at.
Man, Sam's sitting at 6 games behind me. He's actually caught up. He didn't have a winning record. I think this is his first winning record since we started.
He started copying our picks.
He started agreeing with us. So
I get to do Sam's picks tonight, though, right?
No.
Yeah, he's going Sam. Paul was doing your picks.
They're trying to talk me into letting Paul doing your picks. No, Sam sent his picks in. Paul's going to make his own. I'm not going to do that. He'll flip out, be in the comment section, crying like a baby if I even go along with that. You guys know how he is.
Yeah.
No. So and Sam's at 50-41, 6 games behind me. So guys, we got the top 10 girls games here. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. The way this will work, I'll read off the game. Coach Whitaker will pick, Big E will pick. I will say Sam's pick, and then I'll say mine after that. So guys, first up, we've got Paintsville girls at Prestonsburg girls. Who you got?
Paintsville.
Give me P-Bird. I think it's at Prestonsburg. I think Coach Kidd gets a win at home. And Sam took Paintsville as well. Moving on, we've got Pike Central at Phelps.
I love you, Coach McCoy, but I think Pike Central has got this one.
This game right here, because I remember that when y'all interviewed him here.
We talked about it.
Yeah, and he said that it was a close game towards the end of the season last year. Had they played this year?
Yeah, Pike Central beat them the first time.
All right.
It was at Pike Central.
Mm-hmm. I'm still going to go Pike Central here, but I won't be surprised if you might see an upset.
Coach Sam says he's taking Phelps because Phelps lost to them earlier in the season. I think they'll get them back at home. Man, Pike Central girls just playing so good right now. I think Phelps has a chance to beat them, and I hate making this pick. But Pike Central's just playing too good for me to pick against them right now on the girls' side. I think they're playing really good. They've had some really big wins, and like we said earlier, that was a team that we was all really shocked wasn't in this top 10. Right. So give me Pike Central. Moving on, we've got Shelby Valley at Johnson Central.
Johnson Central.
Sam took Johnson. I'm taking Johnson too. We've got Betsy Lane, which is number 9 on the top 10, against Breathitt County, which is number 6 in the top 10.
Give me Betsy Lane.
Betsy Lane?
I think the upset.
I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go Breathitt here.
I'm going to stick with Coach Whitaker. Give me Betsy Lane. Sam's taking Breathitt as well, so we got 2 against 2 right now on that game. Looking at, we've got Knott County. I'm not going to make you pick this one because you're going to be coaching in this game, but we got Knott County girls here in J-Town at Jenkins. Who you got, Big D?
I love you, Paul. I do.
Don't do it.
I do. I gotta go with the Lady Patriots.
No.
Big Sam actually took the Knott County Patriots as well.
Of course he did.
Garbage. I'm going to take the Jenkins Cavaliers under Coach Paul Whitaker. I think that, man, I think that I see an upset. This is a rivalry game. We're back to the 53rd district rivals. It's a district game, and every team comes ready to play when it comes time.
100%.
When it comes time to a big game. So give me Jenkins on this game.
Remind me to charge Sam double when it comes to the game next time.
I will. We've
$10
got
to give.
Perry County at Letcher County.
Give me Letcher Central.
Yep. I hated not seeing my Cougs on that top 10 list because I think they deserve it, and I think they'll prove it right here in this game.
You know what? Big Sam took Perry.
Of course he did.
I'm gonna take Letcher.
There we go.
I'm gonna take Letcher on the girls' game. I think Coach Keith Baker gets it done. Moving on, we've got Knott County at Perry County.
I've got Perry County on that game.
Yeah, Knott County's been in a slump recently, so give me Perry County.
You know, if it was at Knott, I'd pick Knott. But with it being at Perry, home court advantage, and we all know how hard it is to play at Hazard or Perry. That's just a tough environment.
And Knott.
And
That's
Knott,
why
it's hard to
awesome.
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really those schools right there. It's hard to play in their gym. So give me the sole fact I'm picking Perry is for home court advantage. Give me Perry. You got Phelps. Two coaches we like. Two coaches that are very good friends. I hate making it. I don't even know why I put this game on here. Phelps at Betsy Lane. Who you got?
Phelps.
You got Phelps in that one?
Yep.
Who you got?
Give me, you know what? I'll take Phelps as well.
Listen, Big Sam took Betsy Lane. Listen, I think this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think you got two coaches that bring all the energy in the world. I think this game's going to come down to depth. I think both teams are very physical, and I think the deeper team is going to win. And with that being said, with Betsy Lane being at home, that's Betsy Lane's another tough place to play.
That's where I am with this game. I think that game at Phelps, I probably pick Phelps.
Yeah.
That game at Phelps, I did pick Phelps. So yeah, Phelps can win that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to bang off what you said. If this game's at Phelps, my pick goes the other way. But for right now, with it being at Betsy Lane, I've got to take Betsy Lane.
I kind of want to change my pick. I didn't read that the right way. If it's
it.
at Betsy Lane, I'd switch it. But
and then obviously, like I said before, Sam took Betsy Lane as well, so we're split 2-2 on that game too. Moving on, we've got Belfry at Pike Central, another district game.
Pike Central.
Yeah, Pike Central. And Sam took Pike Central as well. And here we go, the big one, big district game. I'm not going to let you pick it because you coach in it.
Big E can't pick either.
Jenkins at Letcher Central. Who you got, Big E?
Again, Paul, I love you to death. I do. But I got to rock with my Cougs.
He's picked me once all year. One time all year. I'm keeping count. That's the score I'm keeping on you and Sam.
Sam actually took Letcher Central as well.
Of course he did.
I'm going to take Jenkins. I think there's an
I hate
upset
making
there.
these picks. We shouldn't have put these on.
I think there's another upset. Yeah, I'm putting y'all on the spot, Big E.
I love
with
Paul
Coach
over here.
Whitaker
I
here.
love it.
You don't want to be put on the spot, so guys, listen. That's our picks for the girls' games. And you know what? If you guys are watching at home, comment your picks. Tell us who you think's going to win. Tell us why. If you think we're wrong, tell us. We want to talk to you. You guys at home are the reason that we're able to do this right here. It's all about you. It has nothing to do with us.
Exactly.
So comment, like, share. Be in the conversation with us. We appreciate you guys. We got our boys pick'ems with our last segment up next. We're back with you in just a moment.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now, you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento, only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky.
Welcome back. I'm your host. Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings. Special guest co-host Paul Whitaker and co-host Big E. Guys, we've got a special comment here. Coach Justin McCoy says you guys are doing a great job with the weather and all this time off. It's hard to tell what teams will show up and play good, LOL. Coach, you're 100% right. And listen, guys, let me tell you a little something about Coach McCoy. Coach McCoy, and you've seen this, you've played against him, he brings the energy, man.
Absolutely.
His teams, his teams are good, but they play even better because of the energy that he brings to them. And so, Coach, I have no doubt coming off this break that you're going to show up and play well. Although I picked against you on a couple games, and like you said, it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell, and I appreciate the love and support you show us and this show, and we can't wait to have you back on here in a few weeks. Guys, we're ready. We're here at the top 10. And once again, if you missed the last segment, here are the records for the competition and bet that we have. And actually, Sammy Whitaker, which is producing our show, also commented and said, does this mean my dad just entered the competition? Do you want a pie in your face, Paul?
I'm way behind, so there's not enough games left this season.
You can take the pie. You can take the pie.
What kind is it?
I don't know.
Peanut butter.
You want to taste it on your face.
Butter.
The records real quick is Big E's got the lead 58-33. I'm 2 games behind him with 56 and 35. And Sam is 8 games behind Big E, 6 games behind me, sitting at 50 and 41. Okay, boys top 10 games of the week. Let's pick them. Pikeville at Shelby Valley, big time district game.
It is, but I still think Pikeville gets them. I do.
This is an interesting game to me. I think it could go either way, to be honest with you. So, but I'm still going to take Pikeville as well.
Here's my thing. I don't know. I know you two, Coach Whitaker was coaching with me last year when we were in the 15th, and you've never experienced the 15th, really. Just you're an outsider looking in. Listen, guys, a lot of people, I graduated from Jenkins. I played here, but when I played here, we were a 15th region team. 15th region is in my blood. It just is. I have a lot of friends over there. I have a lot of I like a lot of coaches, a lot of players that way. I think there's tons of talent there. This is a game in the 15th region that is one of the premier games of the year. Pikeville and Shelby Valley, it really don't come no better. Like, these two fan bases come out. The student sections are crazy. It's like, I don't know if you got to watch the Dorton and Belfry championship game middle school. That's what it's like when Pikeville and Shelby Valley plays. That gym is rocking. And with it being at Shelby Valley, listen, Coach McCoy's a first-year coach. He's had an up and down year. He's had some tough losses. He has some really, really impressive wins. But Pikeville's on a down year. Pikeville has struggled in some games. Mm-hmm. They've won some games. They've won some big games, but they've also lost some games. They've lost some big games. So here's my thing. It's at Shelby Valley. The gym's going to be rocking. It's a district game. It's going to be a 1 to 2 point ball game. And I like one possession ball game. Give me Shelby Valley. I think Coach McCoy takes it. If this is at Pikeville, I may swing a little different. But right now, with it being at Shelby Valley, I've got to take.
I don't see Valley having the size to stop Fitzer. That was my thing. The talk
when it comes to, but I will tell you, as a coach myself, and I think anybody who coaches knows this. When it comes to big games like that, the little things like size and stuff, it goes out the door. Right. It's a rivalry game. That goes out the door. It's whoever shows up. It's the atmosphere, like you said, atmosphere. Whoever shows up, whoever wants it more, whoever goes out and does things the right way wins the ball game. And I think Shelby Valley is going to be that team. Big Sam actually took Pikeville with you guys, so we got 3 Pikevilles, 1 Valley. Moving on, we've got Floyd Central at McGoffin County.
Floyd.
I speak high of both of these teams because I like both of them.
Yep.
But I'm really am a big fan of this McGoffin County team. I really do like them. I think they could, I think they got some kids like Aiden Burnett, like I always mention. He's a bucket. So I'm going to rock with them. I'm going to take McGoffin.
Big Sam took McGoffin. Listen, man, after watching McGoffin beat Johnson Central the way they beat them by 50.
72-32.
72-32, 50. Man, I can't bet against them right now. I can't bet against them. If they're at home, they're playing a really good, well-rounded Floyd Central team who has Chris Briggs and all those cats up there. But give me McGoffin too.
I would say it's 40 though. 32 and 72 is 40.
Is it?
Yeah. It's all right. He wasn't the best at math. All right.
I can't do math, but I can coach some basketball. I'll give you that. Give me that at least. Moving on, we've got Pike Central at Johnson Central.
Pike Central.
Pike Central.
Coach Sam took Pike Central, and listen, guys, I've been high on Pike Central all year. I think roster for roster, talent for talent, you look down the roster, they're probably the best team in both regions. Talent for talent, not the way they're playing, not looking at their records. You look at their roster, you look at who they got, they're the most talented team in both regions.
Here's the thing, though. Sometimes all that talent hurts you more than it helps you.
There's only one ball.
You talking about the UK?
There's only one ball. Yeah. Yeah, give me Pike Central. We're all taking Pike Central in that game. Jenkins, now you're not coaching the Jenkins boys.
No, I'll pick
so I'm going to put you on the spot here. Jenkins at Knott County.
Look, I Winston and Coach Huff over there, they have this thing going. I think they're going to come out. Jenkins going to win this game. And Knott County's coach is going to be mad at him, and, they'll make up.
Okay.
Come back out.
Wait, ain't that game here? Do I have that backwards?
It's here. Yeah, it's here.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
it's a doubleheader. Sorry, my bad. It's not at Jenkins.
I love Coach Lee, but I'm still going to go with Patriots here.
Yeah, Sam took the Patriots, and listen, I think it's going to be a close game. I do. It's just, and watching how now when Letcher played Knott, they had PD.
Exactly.
But it was still a close game. Mm-hmm. And at the beginning of the year, we all thought Knott was going to be clear cut.
Off.
We thought Knott was going to be clear cut. I mean, Knott's one of the deepest, and when Knott figures it out, they are clear cut. But in this instance, I'm going to take Knott too. I think Knott's the best team in that district, and on the boys' side, I do. Give me Knott County. I think Coach Huff, Coach Lee's doing a great job with Gavin Gibson, Aiden Hayes, all them boys. But Coach Huff, he arguably Jaden Huff's top 3 player in the region.
Yep.
And it's hard to beat. Whenever you find a team that has a top 3 player with the best, and Breathitt County's instance, the best player in the region, it's hard to bet against them. So give me Knott. Moving on, we've got Breathitt County at Betsy Lane.
Give me the Bobcats.
Breathitt.
Which one?
Breathitt.
Yep. There you go. You can't have both, Paul.
I thought that was a trick question.
It was. I'm trying to get a win here if I'm entering the competition.
Give me Breathitt.
Y'all can't hold it against me.
Yeah, give me Breathitt. I'm not betting against Austin Sperry. I really like Austin. I think that's fine. I said Pike Central probably has the best roster in both regions, where Austin's probably the best player in both regions.
100%.
So, moving on, we've got Phelps at Belfry. Now, we've got to watch both of those two teams play, Coach Whitaker, and I think they're about evenly matched on the boys' side.
I do, and I give it to Belfry at Belfry. I think they'll pull it out over there. At Phelps, I probably go a different way.
Yeah.
I've heard about both of these teams. I ain't got to watch them play, but I'm going to go with Phelps here.
Here's my – Big Sam took Phelps as well. Here's my thing is I don't know that Belfry has anybody that can listen, they got Zayd Rash. He's a real deal. And they got my guy Hunter Hilton who played AAU with us. Mm-hmm. He's a real deal. But I don't know that they have anybody that can guard Tyler Weddington. I don't know that they do.
They play physical.
It's at home. I'm going to take the home court advantage and go with Belfry. But I'm not saying I'm right on this pick because I'm when we go back and look at these numbers, you're really going to see if they could find a way to stop Tyler Weddington.
I think it's going to be a close ball.
Because if you watch, a lot of teams that beats Phelps has had another big that could give Weddington fits. I don't know that Belfry has that, but we'll see. But give me Belfry where they're at home. Moving on, we've got Knott County at Perry County.
Give me Knott County.
This is going to be a good game right here. This is one that people want to watch. Go out and watch this game right here. Given it's at Perry, and Knott's a good team though, but I'm gonna have to take Perry because it's at Perry.
Who'd you take?
I took Knott. I think it's going to be a dogfight to the end. I think Knott pulls it
Sam's taking Knott. I'm gonna have listen. I gotta agree with you. I don't like agreeing with you. It's hard to win at Perry.
It is.
It's like in other schools like that. Like it's hard to win at Pikeville. It's hard to win at Knott. So it's hard to win at Perry.
Well, it's hard to win at Perry. When I played at Neon, then that's ages ago. So some things never change.
Moving on, we've got East Ridge at Shelby Valley. That's another district game. Who you got?
Shelby Valley.
Give me Valley.
I think. Listen, and I just shout out my guy Jackson Keene. I think if this is at East Ridge, I go a different way. But where it's at Valley's one of those places it's just tough to play in. So give me Shelby Valley too. And Coach Sam took Shelby Valley as well. Moving on, we've got another district game, Belfry at Pike Central.
Pike Central.
Pike Central.
We all took Pike Central, even Sam. We've got, I think this is a district game. I may be wrong if I'm wrong. I think it's district. If I'm wrong, Coach McCoy, you're watching. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is Prestonsburg and Lawrence not in the same district? I think they are. But we've got Prestonsburg at Lawrence County. Who you got?
This is based off records. I've not seen those two boys teams play, but I'm going to go with Lawrence County.
It's a tough one. Like you said, Prestonsburg's a good team. They've knocked off some good teams.
Yeah.
And Lawrence County is a good team. But I'm gonna stick with Lawrence here.
Coach Sam took Lawrence. It's at Lawrence.
Yeah.
I've took the home team all night, so I might as well stick with them. Give me Lawrence County at home. And then the big one, the last one, Jenkins at Letcher County. Who you got, Coach?
With the big rivalry fire coming back into play and, us
First
throwing
game.
gas on it, that's Jenkins, baby, all the way.
Steph, who you got, Big E?
I'm going to pick Letcher here, but I'm hoping my boy Brady Boggs is back for this game here.
Yeah.
He's been out all season. He had a wrist injury. I'm hoping he comes back. That'll be a big help to us if he's back for this game.
Listen to this. Sam took Jenkins.
I don't know how I feel about that, Sam, if you're watching from home.
He took the boys, but not the girls.
Expect a phone call after the show. That's all I can say.
No, listen, guys, this game, I think Jenkins gets them this. I think Jenkins can get them. I swear I do. I think you put, Coach Lee has got Braden Sexton, who's arguably probably one of the better guards in the district. I'm not going to say region, but in the district for sure. You've got Gavin Gibson, who's one of the more pure scorers in the district. Aiden Hayes. I mean, the only thing Jenkins has lacked all year on the boys' side is size. They lost their size last year with Kobe Stewart and Malachi Fields. So,
they can score.
I think it's going to come down to who puts more points up on the board.
I think so too.
I know that sounds cliche and it sounds like whoever's winning on the scoreboard.
It's not going to be a big defensive game.
It's not going to be a big defensive game. It's going to.
I have to disagree with you. I mean, LCC. That's Coach Taylor prides himself on defense. They like to play defense, so they're going to play man the whole game.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see. So we got 3 Jenkins and 1 Letchers. But guys, that's our show. Listen, next week we got another big show coming in. We've got Coach Paul Whitaker with his 3 seniors coming back on. Next week he will actually be on as a coach, not as a host.
Thank goodness.
So okay, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and don't forget, you're the reason we're here. And if you guys know any local businesses or anybody that would like to sponsor the show or get an ad on here and run a commercial, we'd be happy to have them to get in touch with me, Ethen Cummings, on Facebook or on my phone number, 606-335-4241. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're back with you next week. See you next week.